I caught up with local producer and MC Qreepz this week, only a few days after he dropped his second full-length album, Arts and Crafts, on October 9th. We sat down and talked a little bit about where he began with music, and also some of the process behind creating Arts and Crafts.
Where did you get started with music?
Well, I ran away from home when I was 14.
Okay.
From Moreno Valley, California. Just like family issues when I was younger. I had never even caught a city bus. I caught the Greyhound up here. I was like burning CDs at the time, like 14-ish, 15, and like selling like mixtapes to people at school for like the low. And I made like $80, and then I got a Greyhound ticket, and I came up here. My uncle Randy, my uncle Reggie, and my dad live up here, and my grandma. So I just was like, shot it, like, you know, slingshot, like, let's try it out. Yeah, my uncles pretty much got me into it. They had a DR5 drum machine, like a Boss DR5 drum machine, and like I would just like veg out on that, have the headphones on, and like just make like little loops on there. Like, you couldn't really do a whole lot on that. So I just started doing that, and I was listening to jungle at the time. Like, I was really into drum and bass. During that time, it was like 96 or 7 when Blade came out.
The movie.
The movie, yeah. So Blade came out, and I just was like, had never heard drum and bass or jungle ever in my life. And I remember seeing that movie and asking my cousin. I went to the movies with it, and she was like, yeah, they call it drum and bass, like jungle or drum and bass. Like, she was in college at the time. I was like, wow, like, this shit's crazy. I mean, I obviously was listening to mad, like, Dre and, like, Snoop. I grew up in California, and, like, my parents used to play, like, Wu-Tang, like, Too Short, like, all that, like, Atlanta Outkast and shit, like, everything. So I was really tapped in on hip-hop and rap at the time, for sure, but, like,
that was exposing you to something entirely different.
Completely different, you know? I was running sessions at my grandma's house at, like, 16, and, like, you know, I wasn't charging anything. It was just like neighborhood.
Just learning.
Learning, yeah. Just tapping in. But like, that's kind of where it started. Like,
I want to get some footage of you just, maybe even just kind of going through and just like recreating a track from the record.
Yeah, I can do something like that. Yeah, I can totally do something like that. I did some really weird stuff with this sound. It was like a violin, but I stretched it hella like far, and then I chopped like quarter notes of it, and then I put those quarter notes together, and then I stretched it again, and that's why this sounds.
That's what that's from.
Yeah, it's just like a violin, but just stretched hella.
Of all the hip-hop records that I've listened to this year, this particular album will stand out as one of the best, not just from the local scene, but altogether. Qreepz' understanding of how to craft an album is as on point as his understanding of how to weave together his own beat set. He's on a level unto his own. Check out Arts and Crafts on all streaming platforms, but if you're really down to show the love, purchase the discography on Bandcamp for whatever price you want. You can catch up with Qreepz online by finding him on Instagram at Qreepz. Also find him on Bandcamp under that same name.